beginning. Bring up the track, man. Yeah. Yeah, let me hear that. Alright. Yeah, that's good, that's good. Now bring up my vocals right there. Right here.
It's a segment of the program.
Yeah. Okay. It's good. Now drop it.
LMS tribute and the Talented Teen tribute, especially the Talented Teen tribute to Michael Jackson. I had a chance to see Michael Jackson many years ago at the Meadowlands Casino, at the Meadowlands in New Jersey. Fortunately, that would have been, I would see his last performance. This is a word from about Michael Jackson. This is from Mr. Hal Jackson. My co-host Juju Mary's going to read this. This is a word from Michael Jackson from Hal Jackson.
It reads, I have known Michael Jackson since he burst on the entertainment scene in the 1960s. Berry Gordy called and told me about a fantastic group of brothers that he wanted me to see. I immediately confirmed to have them as a guest on Miss Black America television show, making that appearance their first time on television. Over the years, Michael and I became close. When he was filming The Wizard of New York City, he would come by my office and sit with me. Michael loved to draw and write. He also said that he hated the idea of having to put on all the makeup needed for the shooting of the movie. Michael, Jermaine, Janet, and Randy have been a part of Talented Teen shows. As a matter of fact, Michael Jackson was on hand the night Cheryl Palin won the program in 1978. Michael Jackson, through the years, has been a friend of Hal Jackson's Talented Teens International. He will truly be missed. Hal Jackson.
We will miss Michael Jackson. Performer, humanitarian, just an all-around guy. What's your memories of Michael Jackson?
Well, as a singer myself, I knew that it was important to know the history of the music that I perform. And before, Michael Jackson was just a name associated with common things like The Wiz and Beat It and Thriller. But as I began to continue researching him, basically, I sat down and listened to most of his records, and it really influenced me as an artist because he was so versatile. And that was basically all that I knew about Michael Jackson. I was very inspired by him.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
In a few minutes, we're going to have a word from the Queen about Michael Jackson. Take it down. We're back. You were at the internationals, right?
Yes, of course.
How was it?
It was great. It was a lot of fun, and just fun to be there, fun to participate, all around fun.
You did something for Michael Jackson. Tell us about that.
Yes, in international competition, because his death was so close to the competition, we actually had to change the entire format of what things were originally supposed to be. So we dedicated our opening dance to him, and it was like it was combined of all his music and certain type of signature moves that he had. We all did it together, and it was like our big production. Basically, it was just all his songs and all his dance moves, plus a little bit of ours put with his to create our number as a tribute to him.
What's your memory of him?
My memory of Michael Jackson, actually, Michael Jackson has always been played in my house, like since I was probably like not even old enough to talk, 2 months probably. My father has all his records. I remember being little and going through his records and just seeing like a lot of Michael Jackson, a lot of various artists, and to find Michael Jackson and like actually listen to his music. I didn't really understand it when I was younger because he does speak a little fast, but like now to actually look back and be like, wow, that was an amazing man. He was so, as Jewel had said, he's so versatile in different forms of music, from rock to R&B to pop. Like, you haven't really seen a lot of performers today that actually switch around like that as he did. And it kind of motivates me as an artist to be very versatile with things I do, from opera to jazz to R&B to blues, different type of forms. I would love to try them all out. And the way that Michael did it, he went about it differently from any other artist in his field, which made him the top in his game. So hopefully that puts me at the top of my game if I follow in his footsteps.
He studied people. That was important. Do you study people yourself, you know?
Well, I wouldn't say I study people. I know a lot about people. For the 15 years that I've been on this earth,
Yes.
I do know a lot of things about how people act, things people do like, things they don't like, how to react to certain situations. And I think through my parents' parenting on me, it's taught me how to live out and go through certain situations and, you know, just control myself as a person. So, yeah.
Doing fine. You're doing fine. You're a big hand, doing fine, man. The discipline, you know, Michael Jackson had a certain discipline about, you know, putting his music together and you know, and studying people. Do you believe discipline is very important, especially in the business you're in, especially when you're studying right now?
I do believe discipline is a big part of performing, because you have to be disciplined in your art, you have to be disciplined with people. Like we had said before, if you don't have that type of discipline, you won't get anywhere in this profession. It's like you can't just come with some type of nonchalant attitude and pretend.
Do you see that today? I've seen a lot of artists, and it's, you know, it saddens me a whole lot, because I would sit back here and listen to them. I could sit back and predict who's going to still be hanging around, because one day their records, these people out here today, folks, their records going to stop selling. They're going to have to go to another venue. Will people still go and support them? Do you think that's important? You know, you should study your craft.
I think that people who are in the media light and also in this field, who aren't like putting forth the right things for others to follow, such as being like other young performers or upcoming performers who aren't setting the right example, I think their records will sell because of their music and their fans, but there'll also be like a type of distance from the audience and that person, because the more things that you do that's not formally done, it's like you push your audience further away from you instead of bringing them closer to you through your music. You know, you're supposed to love people through your music or make love through your music instead of bringing hatred and all those other type of, it's not really a good form to connect with people.
Because I saw an artist, I won't mention the artist now, I'll tell you off stage. I went to see about a couple of weeks ago. It was up in, well, it was in the Bronx. And one thing she did say is that I haven't had a hit record in 13 years, but you still come and see me perform. And this lady is quite a performer. People still come and see. This is what I'm talking. It's not joy. But we're talking to the audience is that will they still, when the records stop selling, because these records, they're gonna stop selling, and the people gonna lose somebody else. Will they still come and see them? I've seen many performers. They haven't sold records in years.
Well,
but they still come because they're a package entertainer like yourself. You are an entertainer in your own right. People will, despite your record stops. If you make records and the record stops selling today or tomorrow, people will still come see. I'll come and see you.
Thank you. It's like what I was saying. If you have that type of connection with your audience and you're not carrying on and just doing other things, if you have that type of connection, you're loving your audience the way they should love you back. You don't have to sell a hit record to actually have.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Commit.
Yes. That's what we're saying. Yes.